All right, last one. I'll spare you. So I've never met a tax cut I didn't like, ever.
Me too.
That's pretty much my history. It's part of being growthier, and I am a supply sider. So we have I'm calling them tax cuts 2.0. We will extend, Mr. Trump wants to extend the tax cuts. He wants to reduce the corporate tax to 15%, which, by the way, he's right. That was the original plan that we all did back in 2015, was a 15% corporate tax cut, which would help raise real wages. He also wants the tax-free tips. He also wants to waive the tax on Social Security benefits, as you know. More recently, he wants to waive the tax on overtime. So that's good, and it'll make the economy growthier. We should be growing at 3-4% instead of 2%. All right. When you go through this, I've talked to Steve Scalise about this. Just want to get your quick take. You don't have to get bogged down. You're the speaker, not the green eye shade, but you're going to go into reconciliation, yes. Right? So that's going to be the method, I assume. And reconciliation will include spending cuts and the rescissions that we were hinting at before. But you could also go through tax expenditures and what we call base broadeners to have a more efficient, less complicated tax code. Would you be one? So as I see it, growth, spending reductions, and maybe base broadening. I mean, simplify the code, which is a very popular thing among Americans, in order to, to try to somehow finance all this.
Yes. I mean, you and I come from the same school of thought and same school of economics. I believe in all those principles, and simplifying the tax code.
You've never met a tax cut you ever hated.
Never.
I'm with you.
Yes.
I mean, I don't, yeah.
I mean, I genuinely
we should spend our own money.
That's right. What a concept.
Not let them spend it.
That's right. But if you limit the size and scope of government, you bring in a pro-growth economy with the principles that we've discussed, and you do regulatory reform, which I think is such an important part of it,
Good.
right?
Yes.
I think they've got to go together. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act was a phenomenal achievement, and it did so much good for the economy. But it was the regulatory reform that accompanied that was really the secret sauce, I think. And President Trump wants to take a blowtorch to the regulatory state, and I want to help him hold it. I mean, this is we have big, aggressive plans to do that. But again, we've got to have the levers of power. But I do think we use the tax code to incentivize growth, to reward hard work, to let hardworking families thrive again. We know the formula. It just takes political will to do it. And I think we're going to have a large enough group to do that. And I think we're going to have the majorities in both chambers, and we'll work with President Trump and all of you, the administration, to make this happen.
Speaker Johnson, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.